I scared my Quaker Parrot doing this. I was introducing him to some target training and he got scared of the target stick. But the reason he got scared of the target stick had nothing to do with the target itself. The reason he got scared was the noise from the clicker. Now, most parrots take to a clicker very quickly and easily, and to my surprise, the Quaker was getting nervous from the abrupt sound of the clicker. So when I was clicking the clicker, whenever he touched the target stick, it was making him flinch and get nervous, and he stopped wanting to touch the target stick, not because he was scared of the target, but because he was scared of the clicker sound that was coming after. So let me tell you how I fixed this problem. So to solve this problem, for one, I stopped focusing on the target stick and went back to doing more clicker conditioning. The other thing I did was let him hear the clicker sound from as far away as possible so he can get used to the sound, but less loud and not flinch about it. Next, I spent a lot of time giving him treats, first without any clicks, just to have some inertia of taking treats over and over again, so he's in the habit and expecting the treats and not going to get too afraid of the click. I'd give him a lot of treats, get him in the mood for taking treats, and then click the clicker as I'm giving the treat. Even though he'd get a little bit disrupted, that treat would appear as soon as the click sound happened. So he started to discover that the sound of the clicker is just the sound of the treat dispenser working. That the treat dispenser doesn't work without that annoying sound, but it's okay. Don't flinch, it's all right. And I spent a few extra sessions just clicking and giving him a treat every time. And now he's no longer scared and he doesn't flinch when I click the clicker. This is conditioning at work. He's getting used to the sound of the clicker, just meaning that treats are coming. This was partly my fault because I jumped a little bit ahead of myself. Instead of following my usual recommendation of doing at least 3 clicker conditioning sessions before starting targeting, I tried to do it with just 1 clicker conditioning session because with previous birds, they were completely unflinched, unharmed by the clicker sound from the very start. They weren't scared of it one bit. So I figured, you know what, birds get used to it quicker than normal. He seems to be doing a good job after just a couple of minutes of it. I wanted to get ahead of myself and get to targeting. Well, that was a mistake. I set back my targeting by not spending enough time conditioning to the sound of the clicker. So first thing is have a lot of patience and work on everything at the bird's pace. Now, the other thing I started doing to bring back his trust of the target stick was I stopped using the clicker when he touches the target stick in the beginning so that he can learn that that target stick is not noisy, that it's friendly, and don't be scared. So I would just hold out the target stick, and whenever he'd touch it without a clicker, I would just give him a treat. Now, in the long run, it is definitely better to use the clicker because it can mark the correct moment. It improves the timing. It'll be useful for teaching other things in the future. So I do want that clicker to be a part of my routine. I don't want to discard it just because he was nervous about it. But I was able to have him see the target, and whenever he touched it, just take the target away and give him a treat. So again, treat dispenser. Touching this is the lever on the treat dispenser. The click is the sound of the treat dispenser letting the treat out, and then the treat comes. So very quickly, he learned that both are okay. Target. Good. Target. Good job. So I spent about 3 days working on improving our clicking and going back to working on our targeting. And now he is terrific. The moment he sees the target stick, he walks over. He doesn't flinch at the sound of the clicker. He just expecting his treat. He now gets it. So that's great. I'm going to target him over this way. Target. Great job. A common question I get is why use the clicker at all? Why not just use a phrase like the word good or make a click sound with your mouth? Well, there is a great reason why you should use a clicker. Well, think about it. Every person has a different voice. So you saying great job to your parrot isn't the same as a spouse or someone else. Likewise, just by holding it, the parrot knows that that person is safe and going to be giving treats. So make sure you use the clicker so that it improves your training in the future. So when training a parrot, there may be setbacks. It is possible that you move forward and accomplish something and then they get nervous and you got to backtrack. But the beautiful thing is when you follow the methodology and use the training tools, it is easy to go back and make it work. Don't be ashamed or embarrassed if it's not working right off the bat. Give it some time, let the bird get used to it, and it will all work out. Be sure to follow the Parrot Wizard YouTube channel and visit parrotwizard.com for supplies, information, and training, and to continue following our story as we work on training the Quaker Parrot.